We got Cypress in the room. We about to do the live. Hello, hello.
Hi, how
How's
are
it
you?
going? Good, good. How you been?
I've been okay. I can't complain. What about you?
I just came back home from doing another podcast not too long ago. So I was on at 6.
Oh,
Now
nice.
now
Okay.
now I took a little break and now I'm here. So we rocking this time. I'm in Mikasa this time.
All right.
But yeah, so you're here because I was like I wanted the audience to know who you were, as well as letting people know your creative process, especially in this particular uh state that we are in as a whole, worldly. So how would that
Right.
affect your creativity as an artist?
I mean, at first it was definitely a downer with a lot of gigs getting canceled at first, and then just one day almost every gig I had got canceled, and then I noticed that like this wasn't just going to be like a few weeks of just like cancellations. It's going to be like an ongoing process for the next like few months or maybe the next year. But I don't know. I'm really enjoying having a bunch of time off and being able to kind of like sit around and think about what I really want to do next and how I'm going to do it. And I actually have the time to like put my time, like effort into it. So, yeah, I mean,
What
I don't
have
know
you
if
been?
any,
What you been doing to keep your like have you been practicing as in terms of poses, like where have you been like kind of like drawing your inspiration from to kind of like remain creative?
um, I'm actually definitely pulling a lot of creativity and inspiration from a lot of the posts I've been seeing on Instagram. I have so many creative friends that have been sitting at home and making like really awesome like backgrounds and backdrops and stuff like that out of like household items or just like scenery, which is really cool. Or since they're home, they get to explore and they're doing like all this really creative things. So like I'll see like different elements of those and I'm like, yes, I need to save that and remember that for next time.
Okay,
So it's like I'm seeing a lot of it from my peers.
that's dope. Now, do you feel like you should be doing something, or do you feel like this is the perfect time to really indulge into self-care, like automatic self-care issued by
I
the
mean,
US of A?
to be honest, that's kind of like a daily struggle because on one hand, I feel like I really should be productive and like I should go out and do things. But then on the other hand, I'm like, nah, fam, I'm good. That horror movie looks amazing and I'm just going to throw on a face mask.
What horror movie have you seen that's like kind of closely related to what we're going through to right now?
Right now,
Because I
I
think
don't know if I've
personally, The
seen it.
Purge.
Oh, The Verge is pretty good. Yeah. Recently, I just watched 28 Days Later. It's absolutely one of my favorite movies.
Really?
But we're not there yet. Almost, but not yet. Hopefully not.
Yeah. I mean, I'm ready, but still.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, I've been ready. I mean, we lived through like 2012. We got this.
Right? I
I'm
mean, I
sitting here
think they
in
were 8
that
years
like,
off though. Like, imagine they predicted that and they said, "Oh, 2020 is the year." It would have been it. That would have been a wrap.
you know what? It's definitely been exciting, say the least. It's been interesting too.
Yeah, it's just, to me, I feel like especially in the model, like what have you been seeing lately in terms of like the modeling world? Do you feel like they're pumping out more content, or are we seeing a lot of only fans only, which has become like, I might consider myself joining that, to be honest.
I mean, hey, each their own.
Right?
I'm seeing a good mix of both actually, and what I'm actually really enjoying is I'm seeing a lot of my photographer friends taking archives of shoots and they're adding like new editing styles or like Photoshop techniques and stuff like that. So they're creating stuff from like really old things, and it's kind of cool because then like from a model standpoint, I love getting old images that I haven't seen before from like a shoot I've done like either months ago or like years ago. It's a really cool throwback.
Yeah, it's interesting to have people get creative because I seen a model that I follow. She like creates her own stuff and whatnot. Like she did like a shoot where had a mask on, added flowers in the background. Um, and I feel like now a lot of people are throwing the mask into their photo shoots as a means to
Oh
being
yeah.
like creative.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. I've seen a lot of like different objects being used for like self portraits, and it's really cool and artsy, and I'm really into it. I
Yeah.
like the abstractness that's coming from this.
And I could you imagine the movies that are gonna be produced like years after, like maybe three to
I
four
know.
years, like you know they're
I
gonna go in.
cannot wait.
It's like, oh, remember 2020 where everybody like it feels like a live action horror film that we're going through right now.
It's gonna be like one of the things where it's like, remember 2020 when we couldn't touch our faces, but yeah, a documentary on a tiger guy from Ohio saved us.
Right? Yeah, he kept us busy for quite some time. And Netflix definitely got the bag because they've in stock wise have grown more than Disney, which is just like wow. Like yet again, Netflix has won, and they were supposedly going bankrupt. Not after this.
Really?
Yeah, because they were
No
dishing
kidding.
out so much money to produce movie film content and shows because that money got to come from somewhere. And they were doing more content, which equals more money than they were getting in the money. So they were just taking a
Really?
big
Okay.
chance just to get fresh content out of there. And then now they're starting to kind of get that back. You know, they just had to
Okay.
take a chance and, you know, be in debt for a bit and then kind of just roll. And all right, now we're getting the money back. So
Yeah.
yeah, I think that's the kind of like what the process is for most talent and whatnot. Like, do you feel like certain um photographers are gonna start trying to hit you up to do some FaceTime shoots?
Um, yeah, definitely. Maybe I've actually since we've done ours, I have just been seeing a lot more of like virtual shoots and FaceTime shoots. And I actually came across an article where there's an app where you can actually control like a DSLR or something like that. So if the model has a DSLR on hand, you as a photographer would be able to like control it on your end. They would just have to set it up and stuff like that. But it was
That
like one
is
article I
interesting.
read that was like a .com on like a weird clickbait like Facebook thing. But I don't know. Yeah.
That would
I
be
mean,
something interesting.
oh yeah. But eventually, I mean, what's left if we really can't hang out with everyone, you know?
Sending a drone out to do a complete photo shoot. Dropping too many gems. I had a dream like that. It was crazy. It was like a drone that was like this orb and it was just taking pictures and you could send it out. It has like enough
Mhm.
like you could send it out if it's local or you could call up a spot, rent it, and then from their rental would go closest to like their location and then
Right.
take pictures and whatnot. But in order for you to have that drone, obviously you must go through the whole licensing process, and
Hmm.
now that opens up having photographers required to have a license to shoot.
That's crazy.
What a world, right? Just I feel like that's what's gonna end up happening in the future. It's like, oh, you did you go to school for this? Yeah, you now you got to go and get a degree, not a degree, but you got to get licensed. Just like a license to drive, you need a license to shoot. No pun intended.
I mean, yeah, no, unfortunately, I could see one of those questions being taken away.
Right? I mean, how would you feel if a person wanted to do a FaceTime photo shoot and they said they not that they pay, they would pay, they pay to do it. Like, would you take those shoots and whatnot? Like, and would
Like
you
if they
hit?
offered to pay me to
Yeah,
shoot
if they offer
on
to
a
pay
FaceTime
you,
shoot,
yeah,
I mean, it really depends on what they want to shoot because there's like a grand scheme of things, I guess. I don't know. But I mean, like right now, no. Not for a FaceTime shoot. Not something like that. Not now. There's no reason for it. It's
right?
like, shoot, have fun, enjoy yourselves.
Do
It's
you
like a new concept, too.
now would you would you ever? I know you gave me that answer, but would you even hit somebody up to do like a FaceTime photo shoot, but charge someone?
No, no, personally, no.
No, just it's funny because I know there's people that like, nah, I'm hitting up people to do a shoot regardless I'm getting paid. Like it's like in person or virtual, I'm getting paid. So I just wanted to hear from your perspective. How would you feel about that if it's like a model wanted to hit up people and they wanted to do a shoot? Like, yo, you're paying me regardless. Like, even if I'm not there and you want to do this virtual shoot, you have to pay for my time. Like, what's your thoughts behind that?
We have to be nice.
No, I mean, nah, you don't have to be. You could be unfiltered. This is not like.
All right. I don't know why. Just fucking why, man? Just shoot. Do the shoot. You guys are both home. You're bored. You have nothing better to do. I mean, like, everyone wants to make money, I guess. But I mean, like, damn, man. I don't know. Just shoot.
Just shoot, right?
Like, all right, well, think about it like this. Even though the model's putting in the time and the effort to do her hair and her makeup and to do a whole wardrobe and set everything up, and the photographer has an equal amount of time going into it to like set everything up and like be there, you know, you guys really aren't going on location. You guys aren't able to use your cameras. The lighting setup's going to be completely different, and realistically, the photographer is not there to manually set up.
What happened? Think you got cut off. We got a little lag delay. Thank you, Instagram, for always being perfect connection. Oh, it ended? Oh man. Alright, we're gonna have to bring her back. Hold on, guys. IG is acting up. We're gonna bring her right back. Don't worry. She's coming back. Yeah, IG was hating. You saw that? IG was hating. They know. Oh my god. Yeah, go ahead. What were you saying before?
Oh, yeah. I don't know. It's not like a normal shoot because the photographer is not there to like set up what they would normally set up. And I don't know. I just feel like paying for like a FaceTime shoot or a virtual shoot at this point is just kind of like you're being a dick about it. Just stop.
Right? I mean, to each his own. I mean, if you want to get paid, you're gonna get paid. You gotta do what you gotta do. You gotta hustle. I'm not gonna knock
Oh
you,
yeah,
but
absolutely.
I feel like if you hit me up with that, I'm gonna be nice. I'm gonna decline. But for a FaceTime shoot, right now it's an experimental stage. You shouldn't be hitting up anybody to do like especially if your phone's not the best.
Not only that, but it's like, yo, Phil, how many models do you know that have like a ring light setup or a professional light setup in front of them?
Not a lot. I could say a handful of people have that type of you know, equipment just handy,
Right.
doing stuff.
Not that these FaceTime shoots don't work out, because I've seen some in natural light and they turn out really fucking cool. But like I don't know, like you're in a more controlled setting when you're doing a normal shoot, and that's kind of where like the money transaction takes place. Like that's what you're like paying for. Not only that, but you're also paying like for the professionalism and the experience, or if you're working for like a company who needs products or something.
Yeah.
So it's like this is more of like what companies are paying you to shoot for their products on a FaceTime shoot that you're not going to sit there and shoot for yourself.
Exactly. So how do you kind of mandate like the lighting? Like honestly, most of my shoots are in the morning in the daytime. So if you're gonna hit me up like, oh, let's do a shoot at 8, and unless you have lighting, like that's cool. But it's just like I don't think this is the time to be charging people. I think this is the time to be marketing and kind of talking and communicating with people, opposed to kind
Right,
of,
and
you know what I'm saying? Like, why are
obviously,
you asking for money in this time? That's what it really comes down to. Like, we ain't working, and then you're like, nah, you gotta pay me. You're like, well, I guess we ain't shooting. No, that means I'm just not shooting with you. That's cool. It's like it's not like it's the end of the world or anything, but I feel like it doesn't mean that you should be trying to get some one off on people. But I'm like, they have the option to say no. But I feel like as a total, like as a whole, you shouldn't be kind of hitting up people to, especially like regular rates. Like FaceTime rates shouldn't be the same as a in
Right.
person shoot, which I've been seeing. They've been trying to do the same thing, like, oh no, 125 an hour and blah blah. FaceTime,
Yeah.
come on now. I find that a little ridiculous.
I mean, they're definitely interesting, though. I mean, you get really cool angles, and it's like I really love watching the people trying to fit themselves inside of like the little camera square, so they get plants in there and everything, and they all of a sudden become like a gymnast. It's
Right?
great. I love it.
Man, we live in another world. Let me tell you. Hold on, let me charge my what you call it phone real quick.
Hi, Katie.
Oh, Katie's in the room.
Yeah. I don't think I have any better lighting than this. I could try turning where I am. Let's see. Better.
Oh yeah, that's much better. I'm gonna move. Well, we're gonna see how long 15% is gonna hold us. Oh, nice jacket.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, don't you hate when you lose stuff and you're like, where was it that I put you originally?
Yes. I do that with my phone all the time. I'll have it in my hand, put it down absentmindedly, walk away, come back, and lose it for like hours.
Right?
And it doesn't help that everything in my room is black and my phone cover's black and the screen's black.
Oh wow! So
I screw it entirely.
everything is just completely black. That's funny. How often do you go on live?
I can confidently say this is my first time on live,
Oh
at least on
wow!
Instagram. I think I did like a dog walk 2 years ago on live on Facebook just to like show like an overly religious yard. That was
Right?
it.
So what you call it? So basically, I'm gonna try to see if my phone could outlive this session. So I'm gonna ask you this question: do you feel
Oh.
that you have hit your goals this year before the whole outbreak happened?
So just from January to now?
Yeah.
Fuck no. And you know what? I'm cool with it.
Word.
Yeah, no, everything kind of went down the tubes. I yeah, it was like a week where, like I said, like everything dropped for me, and then I've been home since basically this entire thing started, and I guess it's nice. I've been finding new things to do and keep busy, which I guess isn't the worst thing in the world. It's like I picked up a book. Not the worst thing. I remembered how to read. I can read really long words now. I thought it was only like and, the, of, like little participles. But no, I can read like conjunction.
Wow. That's improvement. It's little steps. You know what I'm saying? People think that you could just, jump far distances from, the beginning, but it takes time to get there. I don't be reading out loud. I write a lot, but I don't read out loud because my brain moves faster than my body. So it just sounds like I don't know how to read.
Yeah. You know what's really cool? I've been seeing a lot of universities are starting to post free classes online, like art classes, literature classes, stuff like that, which I think is really fun.
That's great for the community. It's also great for them to stay relevant because ain't nobody going to school. Especially college, no one's enrolling. The enrollment is plummeted.
Yeah, that's true.
Well,
what about like online enrollment?
Those have been going well, but honestly, a lot of people just rather be in class because online is just it's different because you could go to the professor at the end of class and ask them, hey, how's this work and this, that, and the third, or linking up with other classmates. It's like a whole different vibe. It's like it's like someone sending a virtual hug opposed to a real hug.
True.
So some people feel like that's what they want in person, but they still do have online classes. But like, where can you get these books if you wanted to?
Yeah, that's true.
And a lot of them is like, oh, you got to go to the school to get the books. But honestly, I think everyone just needs to chill and relax. Now we're talking about UFOs, which is awesome.
Yeah, I saw that. What's up with that? I've been watching X-Files lately, actually for the first time. I've never seen X-Files before, and holy fuck, did you know? It is fucking great. I did it.
I knew that. My grandma put me on that when I was younger.
I know. I'm like the only one who doesn't know about X-Files.
That show was lit. That was that show. That show actually set the marker for a lot of shows growing up, like that team-based. Like Supernatural would have been nothing without X-Files.
That's so true. I don't know. I feel like because I've already seen Supernatural before I've watched X-Files, I feel like everything I'm watching in X-Files is just basically like a prelude to Supernatural, because then you have like Sam, the grandfather, who's like Agent Skinner.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's the grandfather before before he met up with the boys or whatever. Or then you had like Crowley, who was really young, but he was like that pyromaniac dude with the fire. And I'm just like, makes sense.
Right? It just starts to, it's like you could interconnect them. And it's funny because they were like the entire time, like he's trying to prove that there's aliens. And then she's like, no, I don't believe any of this stuff and whatnot. And then all these weird things happen. And it's just like, he's right, but he's still right on the aliens. But
so, can we just talk about the fact that Scully was abducted by aliens, and yet she turns to Mulder and like, Fox, it can't be aliens. Do you understand what you're trying to say is that there's extraterrestrial life? Yes, bitch. Yes, that's exactly what
right? It's like, you know what was wild? They made a movie, X-Files the movie. That movie was amazing. That was especially when because X-Files is already big. So from a show to get a movie in theaters, that was a big deal.
Yeah, no, I had my boyfriends look up the list of like the seasons and when you should watch the movie and everything and like all these other things. So we're going hard. Yeah.
Somebody's said they're about to finish Netflix. That's how crazy it's been. Oh my God! Someone said in the thing, what books have you been reading?
Oh, that Steve? Yeah. I've been reading a bunch of zombie novels because I'm totally obsessed with those. A few weeks ago, I got done reading Escaping from Jersey. Now I'm on the Dead series by Charles Higson.
Okay. What's that book about?
So basically, it's a zombie virus that only affects people of the age range 13 and higher. So the only survivors are these children and looking after their friends and their younger siblings and their younger family members and stuff like that. And they have to fight off these like zombie hordes that used to be like their babysitters, their teachers, their local cops, their parents, their older siblings.
So if they turn 14, is it over for them?
Yeah, right around there, they start developing a fever, then they get boils all over their body, and they get this weird sickness, and like they're very enraged, and it's weird because the zombies get like a pack like mentality, and they start hunting the kids, and in their mentality, the book switches to their perspective, which I like really thought was awesome. Yeah, so you start reading from like the zombies' perspectives, and in their mind, they're like, "Oh, hey, the kids aren't sick. So that means their blood is clean. We need to consume their blood because we feel better." And we're like, so yeah, so like it makes sense to them that they have to eat the kids because in their mind it's making them better because the kids aren't sick.
Oh,
crazy. Yeah.
Well,
So
that's
it's a horrible
wild.
series.
That's actually now my question is, do they communicate with other zombies?
Yes, they do actually. And then you have zombies who eat the most kids, who are the most healthy, and they think better, and they can actually like maneuver locks. And some of them actually like take things from the kids, like shiny things. So they just like hoard shiny things or whatever. And yeah, it's really, I don't know.
That is wild. Because you said they switched in the book from their perspective, like, no, this is in their brain, they think they're doing the right thing, but in reality, it's not. It reminds me of this movie that I seen with Nicolas Cage, and I forgot who else was in it. But what happened is only parents were affected, but they want to kill their kids.
Okay.
So the whole movie, like, so it was wild because the kids didn't know what was going on. And then when they got out of school, like school's about to be over, and then the principal's like, yeah, there's a lot of parents outside. And then all the parents were just staring at their kids. Like they were just looking from the gate, looking in. And the kids like, yo, what the hell is up with everybody? Like, why is our parents looking at us like that? And then out of nowhere, they just start climbing the fences, ran to the one of the kids, and then just start massacre. And everybody's like, wait, what's going on? So they thought it was just one crazy person. And then all the other parents started doing that. And it was nuts. And then Nicolas Cage and then they just something switched and they just wanted to kill their kids. And the whole movie was like the kids came home, they put their parents away, they trapped them and whatnot. But the wild part of that was the grandparents came to visit.
Okay.
So that means that they're not after the kids, they're after the parents now. Because it just goes down the line. It was the craziest, because that was like towards the end where their grandparents came to visit, and then the grandparents were cool with the kids, but they wanted to kill the parents. So you just see them like all attacking each other, and it's like a down the chain, like Nicolas Cage trying to kill his son, and then his son is being helped by the grandfather, who is in turn trying to kill the father, and it's just like this wild ass movie.
That sounds awesome. Can you send me the name of that movie?
I'm gonna definitely send you the name of that movie, because after seeing it, because I was like, oh, I'm a Nicolas Cage fan, but actually watching it, it was like, oh wow, this is actually a pretty cool movie.
I'm not gonna lie, I feel like Nicolas Cage gets a lot of shit, but he's a completely underrated actor.
Absolutely,
because he can go from serious to absolutely lunatic in 2 seconds.
And you don't, I can't even. I keep telling people that, like, yo, you could say all you want about Nicolas Cage, but he's
not just sleeping on Nicolas Cage, and they can't be.
He could have easily been Nick Fury if he wanted to be. That would have been a whole other movie. That was a zombie. Someone's asking you a question about
which ones.
The movie is called Mom and Dad.
Mom and Dad? Ooh, okay.
Mom and Dad. Yep, it came out 2017. I think it got released 2018. The movie 100% worth it. Don't look at the ratings. Just watch the movie. And it had Selma Blair. Oh, I forgot about her. Oh yeah, this movie was wild. And the dope
Wait,
part about
how
the
did Nick
movie,
Cage go broke?
huh?
Someone, Nick Cage went broke.
Yeah, he had bought an island, and now he's been doing movies to pay for his debt.
He bought an island?
Yeah, that was years ago, so that's why he was putting out money. Like he's been doing a lot of roles. Like, why is he always acting in movies? Because he needs to pay for his debt. He was trying to be cool, you know. He's trying, you know, Nicolas Cage bought an island, and he fucked up, so he owes money to a lot of, you know, the collectors. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I just want to. Why an island?
It wasn't a big island. It was like an island is an island. You know, it was like, you know, enough to have, you know, probably big enough, but it wasn't like a huge island because, you know, you could upscale. But it was just interesting. Like, yo, you know, you shouldn't have bought an island, right? Like, it's not a thing, but he did it.
Like, was this like an uninhabited island?
Yeah,
or
it was one of those uninhabited islands. There wasn't a lot of a lot of people and whatnot. He rented it out, and he realized that you know, owning an island is probably wasn't the best thing to do. And I don't even know who he had bought it from.
You think on his island he's his own national treasure?
Yeah. Right? He's like, yo, I just put treasures on the planet and on the island, and I just search for it.
Is his island under like U.S. jurisdiction?
No, I don't think so.
His own country?
I don't think it was. I think it was in another overseas one. I was just thinking that Johnny Cage could have easily Nicolas Cage. I said Johnny Cage. Nicolas Cage could have easily been John Wick. Let that sink in. I want everybody who heard what I just said. Nicolas Cage could have easily been John Wick.
From Face Off.
From Face Off.
On John Wick's body.
Yes.
That's all I'm seeing. Like no. Like when the dog was killed, that face.
Yeah, Face Off. Was it Con Air? That was a good one, but that would have been insane. Wait, it was 17. Wait,
so,
I just came in. We didn't talk about
I want to go back to the whole Nick Cage John Wick thing, though, because it didn't occur to me until just now that, like, it would just be such a weird mashup.
When Nicolas Cage,
yes,
as John
Wick. Only
Wick.
because, like, Keanu Reeves does, like, most of his own stunts and everything else like that, so it's like, I don't.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Me personally, I think they should have just put him in the next movie or something. Just imagine just.
Realistically, though, Nick Cage's John Wick's movie was National Treasure.
If he was, I didn't really watch all of them like that. If he was gunslinging, I think the only movie I seen him do that in was probably like The Rock. Remember that movie with him and Sean Connery?
No, I don't think I've seen it. Actually,
that movie was amazing. That was a Michael Bay movie. It was called The Rock, and it was Nicolas Cage had to go on an island to prevent, I think, a nuclear war. They took a prison hostage, but they also had like this deadly weapon that they were safeguarding on this prison, the prison island, and it was pretty much like army people went rogue, like they just the military. Some of them people in the military kind of just went rogue, and they're like, we're gonna hold the United States hostage by using chemical warfare and saying we're gonna release it. And if you don't give us, I guess, I don't know if it was X amount of money or whatever they wanted. Yeah, it was just wild. And Nicolas Cage had to bring Sean Connery. He had to bring Sean Connery on board because I think Sean Connery had gone to that prison before and he knew his way around it. And he was his wife's father, I believe. So he really had, he brought him along and whatnot to kind of to help that. But that was probably one of the most badass movies that I've seen. Him and Sean Connery.
Okay.
So if you want to
Yeah.
use a reference, check that movie out because I mean he had some fucking dope movies.
Yeah, I wish I could remember the name of the movie I saw him in, but it was on Netflix, and the cover for it was kind of trippy with like a lot of like neon purple and pink. But essentially, it was this movie where him and his girlfriend somehow got kidnapped by this cult leader, and they escaped, but his wife was burned alive in front of him.
Oh, I seen that movie. I know you're talking Mandy.
And he went, Mandy, yes. I'm not gonna lie, that's exactly where like Nick Cage went from like here for me to like here.
Oh, he went up the scale.
So much respect for that movie.
There's another movie called Colors or something Colors that came out. I don't know if it's the same director. I want to see that movie as well. It's like literally the same thing with like crazy colors, and it has to do with like this alien life form or something like that that crash landed, and then it shows colors, and that's making his family manic and go crazy. And it's like, I think making him see stuff and whatnot. So who knows? I mean, look that up. I was like, he's been dropping movies every year, honestly.
No, that's awesome.
Where is it? It's called Color Out of Space. And the cover just makes you think it's like an acid trip. Oh, wow. Wait, they put $12 million into this project, and they made only 900,000 back. Wow. And they won 2 awards from this movie.
Hello. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's called Color Out of Space. Yep. I love how we turn Coffee and Critique into a movie critique. Awesome, right?
Right? Yeah. I mean, we went over some really useful Nicolas Cage facts. I didn't know he bought an island. I didn't even know he could buy an island right now.
Right?
Although, I have a feeling that the current market right now for islands or property and real estate in general.
Yeah. I think so too. Like right now it's at a point. I think this is the price that we could afford. Honestly, like if you said rent was like I kid you not, Cypress. I saw a movie and they were talking about the struggle of having her rent. It was $300. You already could imagine what year this movie was, and I was like, y'all struggling on $300 on the rent. Granted, the inflation is different.
I wish.
But that's wild.
Wait, hold on. Apparently Nick Cage has 2 castles as well.
Oh.
This bougie motherfucker with his 2 castles and his island and his movie a year. What is this?
Listen, I'm telling you, people sleep on
I bet you anything he has one of those soda making machines on every counter in his house too.
Would you not want to have that? Is that not a thing?
The soda stream? Alright, no lie.
I mean, I'm just saying, like, if there was an option to have like a vending machine, like I was telling someone this not too long ago, like if you're gonna teach your kids how to manage money, put a vending machine in the house, put like a PlayStation, put some snacks in there, and then they have to earn.
Arcade games, like a pinball machine.
Yeah, they got to learn how to spend money and save their money if they want to get interact with these cool things.
Make it like a camp rec room.
Yeah. Your friends want to play games. All right, you're gonna go in this room, have them spend as much money as possible.
Learn how to hustle, kid. It'll be good for you.
Exactly. You gotta
hustling you up around the edges.
Oh my god! Wait, what's going on in this? I be looking at the chat, the comments.
I don't know about you, but I have been seeing a ton of baby announcements.
Yeah, because it's
only been 4 weeks, guys.
Right? The baby booming is now the quarantine booming. Do you understand? Like I knew it. I called it before.
We don't need quarantine babies.
Quarantine babies. That's it. There it is. That it. We're gonna have the names like, oh, that's my son Coronas. Actually, sounds pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie. Coronas with a K. Oh my god.
We're going back to strong names.
Strong names. Coronas. That's your name.
Corona.
And that's my daughter Corona.
Corona and Coronas.
How's that not cool names? Like they already have I think they have COVID. Like another family, they named one of their kids COVID. I'm like, your name is death.
Why? Oh yeah, no.
I'm not proud of that. It's like, why don't you name your kid Pollen while you're at it?
Pollen?
Pollen. Or Pollen. Or Polis. Polis. Oh my god. Oh, you said 1/3 people coming out of it.
What is it?
Oh,
1/3 people coming out.
comedian.
Listen, only food bums. That's what we're here for in quarantine 2020.
That's what I'm saying. Just eat food.
Only food bums.
Yeah, like play video games. Like, how y'all still active? Like I get it's quarantine, but this shouldn't change anything. Like, y'all so bored that you're like, yo, you know what'd be crazy?
Listen,
a baby
it
bump.
don't matter. That baby bill is still going to be 10 grand whether you have it now or in 9 months.
Right?
This is not going to change.
Diaper value doesn't go down; it goes up. That's the new market.
Not to mention, like now, I don't know. I feel like all those people who are getting a bunch of shit for doing the whole cloth diaper thing, they're kind of sitting back, being like, "Y'all can't find your diapers now, huh?" Yeah, you wish.
Yeah,
over here cross stitching in their extra ones just because fuck you guys.
Selling it on Etsy, everybody. Check me out.
I'm not gonna lie, I totally want to get into cross stitching.
That'd be dope. I mean, right now it's the perfect time to get into hobbies. Like,
yeah,
just the selling. Like, I'm getting into painting, and I just ordered like a watercolor set. Like, I'm about to have watercolor paper coming through. Great. And then I'm gonna start painting, but I want to get back into illustrating. So I'm gonna probably get some other markers. I have prism markers. I love them. I love prism markers.
Yeah, me too. I have the Prismacolor pencils, and they just blend so nicely. I'm just sitting there, and I'm just like, yes, nurture my soul.
Right? It's just amazing. I got to see some of your drawings. You got any drawings on you?
Upstairs, actually. Hold on, wait.
I'll be here. I'll entertain them. I would love to see it.
Okay. Hold on. I'll be right back.
All right. Don't leave. She's coming back. Sell it on the Facebook market. What's up? Yo, these comments are hilarious. Yo, how many of y'all think that they're gonna make a movie, like quarantine movie? It's gonna be rated R, and it's gonna be super exaggerated. I just need some hands to see how many people think quarantine is definitely gonna be a horror film. Sup, Eloise? What you think about that? A quarantine movie, rated R, like The Purge but different. You know, everybody's been telling me about that movie Contagion. Now I have to watch it because I saw like a demo. Hey, Lola. What's up, Lola? Yeah, I got to see Contagion. Contagion 2. There's 2 movies? Or are you saying there's going to be a Contagion 2 based on this movie? Yeah, I'm going to definitely try to watch that tonight. I've been watching Ozark. I just finished season 1. That was probably the craziest show that I've ever watched. And I don't be watching a lot of shows on Netflix, just movies. But real talk, Ozark is an amazing show. And I'm definitely going to be binge watching season 2 and 3. Yeah, Contagion is definitely similar. I heard a lot. It's like really similar, but that's exactly how we handled the situation. It's no different. But I'm definitely going to watch that movie though. What do we say here? What's this? Yeah. Yeah. What you call it? Y'all gotta check out The Witcher too. That was crazy. Vikings. I wanted to get into that show. Yeah.
Vikings was good. Last Kingdom was pretty good, but Kingdom, however, was pretty great. It was like this Japanese samurai.
I saw the preview
Amazing.
to that. Is it worth the watch in terms of like, cause I'm into that era, but I like shows that like, cause I know they came up with a second season. I like shows that like, all right, if you're gonna watch this,
so good.
It's worth it. I'll check it out.
Contagion's pretty good too. Sorry, I'm just starting to read through all the comments right now. Kingdom is great. Witcher is good. Yeah.
What do you got for us?
So I'm not home, so all of my stuff really isn't here, but
yeah, I gotta start putting honestly, actually drawing in my sketchbook. I'm not a
great artist. I'm not.
You're not a great artist? No.
I would barely call myself that. Here's this little dude. I don't know what it is.
It looks like a ghost from Tim Burton.
Sure. Yeah. It's something. Okay. It was definitely a high idea.
Is he like planting or is he blessing the plants?
He's just looking at the plants because he's out on a stroll. You guys can't see it, but in my mind, there's like clouds here and like maybe like a little path. But it's your world, your interpretation. It's art, man.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Art is very subjective.
Yeah, there's that. I don't even think I have anything else. Oh, I have an eye. Sorry, I can do eyes.
Yeah, I could draw the shit out of an eye. Oh yeah, you kill it with those eyes. Yo, you be low key. Stop. Why you stunting on everybody saying you don't know how to draw? You clearly do know how to draw. I've seen it. And you be like, yeah, I just doodle, guys. I'm not really an artist. Don't believe her.
Well, that's what I really do. I sketch. I'm not out here like drawing every day and like doing that. I don't know.
Don't believe her. She knows how to draw. I've seen it.
I can. Yes, I can. I can do the art things. Yes. I thought I had told me to scroll somewhere, but alas, I do not.
See, someone in the comment knows too.
Oh, which one? The one that's saying bullshit?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that AKA Tyler, which is my boyfriend.
He knows. He knows. He sees the truth.
I'm here for the hype.
Well, what you call it? What was I gonna say? So I was talking about.
Wait, what? Hi, what? Hi. Well, he just walked in.
Oh, he just walked.
Show him the fucking hummingbird.
He wants me to show you the hummingbird.
Yeah, that's dope. We don't even have hummingbirds in the area. We just have a cardinal.
No, we don't.
I never seen a hummingbird over here. I've seen a cardinal.
I've seen cardinals. Yeah, I have cardinals and blue jays in my yard. They come back every year. They're really pretty.
They are. They just be. I've seen them one time just chilling. I'm just like, do you pay rent? Oh my god, so bold and beautiful at the same time.
Yes. I don't know. I would probably cry if I saw a hummingbird. They're just so cute and dainty and precious. I don't know. I have a thing for birds. Not like a sexual thing. It's not like a fetish. But I'm not here to kink shame either. Let's be clear. I'm not sexually into birds. I just really appreciate them. As part of the animal
we
kingdom.
didn't assume until now. Like now we have questions. Before it wasn't a thing. Now I have to ask questions. Why was that emphasized? Did someone mistake this?
Now we have to kink shame the birds.
The bird's like in the window, like, listen, man, I've been through some stuff. Don't fly by her window, man. She just like draws you without even asking. It's weird. Oh my god! I don't know why I gave every bird like this dark, raspy voice, but apparently that's what I hear in my head when birds talk.
Because they are all filled with like seething hate.
Especially for
They're
us,
just all little fluff ball, like feather balls of hate.
with grown men voices as their human persona.
The smaller they are, the more baseline of a voice they have.
We gotta do some voiceovers for bird. I actually wanted to do voiceovers for like animals and whatnot. Like just have a video of just two animals interacting, or just doing animal videos and just kind of just voice over. Because I always give like,
I'm here
the
for it.
opposite voice of what it really is to the actual animal. Like the smallest animals always have the deepest voice, and the biggest animals have the smallest voice. Oh my god!
Oh yeah.
Have any models hit you up to do like a collab recently?
Recently?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. Within the past couple of months, none. But I want to say, like in the past 6 months, I want to say 2 or 3. Actually, no. You know what? I don't know if it would be considered a collab. A lot of my friends have reached out to me, and they were just kind of like, oh, a lot of my model friends and stuff. They've just reached out. They've just said that once this is all like calmed down and everything, and everyone's starting to feel better, or something, that like we all have to have like definite hangout and stuff. But I feel like that goes for anyone with any friend group. It's just everyone's going to get together and do their thing. I can't wait for the surge of things to happen when like lockdowns start getting lifted and stuff.
We gotta do. Literally, I've been saving. I've been trying to wait for it, but like, I really want to do the shoot that we said we were gonna do.
Yes. That's another thing. With all of this time, I have a sewing machine, and I can get all of the materials and stuff. Even though the one site I was using to get a lot of the products is like China based, and the shipping right now is a lot more. What's the term I'm looking for? It's just stretched out, and
like time to get it, like the money and the time it takes to get over here.
Yeah, no, it's the word's on the tip of my tongue. I just can't think of it right now. But basically, everything is just like there's like 2 or 3 weeks out instead of like the original.
Oh, so we might as well just make it.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm gonna see what I can do with that, and
well, we have the black corset, we have the black plastic bag that we could get.
Oh yeah, it's basically just putting it together and then just like adding accents to it.
Yeah.
But now like we have a lot more time to actually sit there and work on it instead of like coming home from work and only having like a few hours after work to actually put it together. Yeah,
and I have a bigger space other than the garage. We're gonna stage the studio that we're at with the cloud. I mean, the funny thing is we kill it too much. We I think we gotta, because we work like maybe 2 or 3 times a year. So now that we have more time, that like I feel like because now I have the studio, we could work more with each other. That cloud shoot, people were like, "Oh my god, that's crazy!"
I love that cloud shoot. It came out so killer.
Right? That's just the tip of the iceberg. They don't know what we really got.
No, and that was a test shoot too. Because you were telling me, you were just like, "Yeah, that was just a test shoot," and I was like, "You sure?" Because that's dope.
Right? I said it was originally going to be something else, but then I was like, you know what? Let me make the cloud, because the materials came. So then I got that, and then I was like, all right, we're going to do this with the cloud and whatnot. I ended up turning it into an actual shoot because we had gotten some dope shots and whatnot. Because I'm going to bring that back. It's just going to have you're going to have the mask with it too. Just adding shots to it, and also, what else was I going to say? I'm gonna do some dope stuff, add projector for certain shots and whatnot. So that'll be another shoot. So this one finish off the cloud shoot. The second one is gonna be with It's gonna be like a projector thing that I have in mind. Because I have like crazy concepts that I have. Okay, right now I want to take a fine arts meets cybernetic approach.
Ooh, yes, such an interesting combination.
Yeah, so I'm mixing those two together. I want to go for a science fiction dark fantasy. So it's a science fiction dark fantasy.
See, like in my mind, the way you're describing it right now, I have like a really cool combination of like Renaissance style painting mixed with like Matrix.
Yes.
Is that close?
Yeah, and add and sprinkle some Clive Barker.
Ooh. All right.
That's
okay.
Just sprinkle a little bit because it's gonna have a horror like sprinkle just to give it some edge. Like it doesn't have to be like it. It kind of gives you the question if they're a villain or not. Like they could be or not. Because I don't want to make it seem like all the characters that I create is villainous. It's really just up to interpretation on whether they are or not. It's just the nature of what kind of species or what kind of person they are.
Yeah. Yeah, no, totally adding like all those like heavy dramatic elements. Be awesome.
So, do you have another concept that you want to do?
At this point, I'm back at that point where, remember, maybe like a year ago, you asked me what concept I wanted to do, and I gave you like 5 different ones.
Yeah.
Well, now I have way too much time in my hands, and there's a lot more. But like they're a little bit more specific, so now I know like it's not just like a general idea. Now they're starting to get a little bit more specific, and they have like their own ideas forming. So I'm kind of like working on perfecting those and knowing exactly what I want. So at the time of the shoot, it's not like my mind's not everywhere. There's like a solid idea because I want to get into some like really cool things. Like I would really love to start making like stickers or like little poster cards or playing cards, stuff like that, like little novelty items, not necessarily merchandise like prints, but I want to do like little cutesy things like lighters or ashtrays, like trinkets.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, what do you want to do? Like, it's gonna be like a design that you draw and put on the card.
Oh yeah, definitely. I was thinking about something like that because I could do like cute little illustrations, or like I could what's it called? Like go and collaborate with like somebody, or like pay one of my friends to shoot, and we could like work together to like make like really cute stickers, or it really depends on like how long this entire thing is going to be with quarantine, and more than likely I'm probably just going to start producing like little artwork stickers and stuff like that, but probably of like myself at first.
Okay. So I think Katie said like tarots.
Tarot cards?
Yeah.
Oh, that would be a really good idea. I do love tarots.
That would be interesting. They're about to cut us off at like in 10 seconds. I'm gonna restart the live again and then bring you back aboard because they do it like an hour at a time. Welcome back. This is part 2 with Cypress because they cut us off. So we are back for round 2. Hey, welcome back. Awesome. Yeah, it was. Yeah, they clock it out. It never used to be like that, but they're clocking it out at an hour.
Okay, all right.
But yeah, what you call it? I was thinking of doing like a photo shoot, like not a photo shoot, like taking my photographs, not only printing them big, but I've been planning on actually painting, like drawing and painting it.
Yes. Okay.
So I'm gonna start painting whether it's like acrylic or not. Like I'm most likely gonna probably mess with acrylic for the big prints, but I actually got the watercolor because I want to do like watercolor paintings of like especially like the cloud shoot. I could really kind of finesse that and whatnot.
Oh, that would translate so beautifully.
Yeah, and I'm gonna make like really big prints and like it's gonna be dope. I'm gonna once I get the watercolor and then like the paper and whatnot, I'm gonna start experimenting. I just wish the art stores were open because most of the stuff I have to order on like Amazon.
Yeah, that's true. But Amazon's not too bad. I mean, hold on. Amazon is evil, but
Yeah,
in times
it
like
is.
this,
It's kinda
when you need
tough.
supplies, I guess it's not that bad. It keeps your ass inside.
If it keeps you, oh well.
Welcome to our TED Talk.
Well, you know what? You should make that a T-shirt if you made that up. You got to capitalize on times like these. Because actually, that was a nice little rhyme there. I'm trying to see. Yeah, it's not that
Were
bad.
you recording? Because I totally forgot it.
No, I recorded it. It's here.
Oh, hey.
Yeah, it's definitely here. So I got that on lock. Wow. Monday. I feel like I was supposed to get something April 21st, arriving by Monday. I guess I gotta check
and
my
because somebody
package.
asked me how tall I was before we got cut off. I'm 5'9". We're 5'10". My license says 5'9", but then there's people around me who swear I'm 5'10", but realistically I'm just as tall as I am. So I'm this tall.
You're that tall?
Listen, all I know is that I can ride all the roller coasters, okay?
That's funny. How tall are you? You said 5'9"?
Officially, yeah. That's what the documents say.
5'9". That you're pretty much my height.
All right.
So we're the same height.
Yeah,
Even though it doesn't
okay.
look like that, but we're apparently the same height.
No, that makes sense because I don't feel like anytime I've ever seen you, you've never been like shorter or like super taller than me.
I think the only time is when you wear like those heels, the spaghetti, the badass ones, the classics.
Yeah.
That's pretty much the only time. What you call it?
Yeah, that's where I reach like Amazonian status.
Didn't we say we were gonna use that? No.